The Spiky Ball is the newest equipment introduced in the game, and so far no one has found a meta-breaking way to use it. Well, that changes right now. Let's go see how you can use it to take down some of the most toxic meta bases there are right now. Yo, what is going on, everybody? And in this video, as you can see by the title, we are going to be mixing and matching some of the most unused equipment pieces and seeing how broken they actually could be when they're used together. So before we look at our army comp here, it's better if we start with the heroes, right? So for the king, as you can see, we will be using the spiky ball, which is the highlight of this video. But pairing up with the spiky ball, we are going to be using the giant arrow and the healer puppet on our queen. No invisibility vial here today or frozen arrow. And we're also going to be using the fireball and the rage gem instead of the usual eternal tome and healing tome that we see nowadays. So before I explain why we're going to be using these wild equipments together, I did want to just talk about the army composition really quick. So looking at our spells, we have some earthquake spells and that one zap spell, which I will be showing you why that is important, but that's not a big concern. We are going to be using the Holland Strikers, which is a temporary troop in the game, but don't worry, if you're watching this video when the troop is not in the game anymore, you can simply replace it with more super barbs. That is not an issue. And pretty much that's all when it comes down to the army. Our CC troops, we're going to be using super minions. You'll also see why we are going to be using those as we get into the attacks here. So let's go look at the base style that we are going to be discussing in this video today. We are going to be starting this video with the FC, but that's right, we are going to be looking at the double invis tower bases, especially these compartment bases, not more of the ring style that we were used to. But as the meta is changing, we need to change as well. So how can we take down this type of base with the new equipments? So the first thing you're going to be looking at is simply how much value can you get with your king and your warden, because you have two. I know the time is ticking up there, but that's not an issue. This army does not have time issues whatsoever. So let's talk about it. So first up, we're going to be looking at this invis tower section here, and I think it's better to send my king into here because up here my warden with the fireball can get a lot more value. So let's take a step back. So really quick, what we're trying to do with this attack strategy on these type of bases is to send our king with the spiky ball for one invis tower, while we send our warden with the fireball for the other invis tower. So let's just get into the attack here before we run out of time. So we're going to be just using a few barbarians here to help funnel our king into this invisibility tower compartment here. We do not need to actually get him inside the compartment because we're just looking to get his spiky ball inside the compartment. So let's just see here really quick. Once he takes his wizard tower down, we can pop him right there. And now we want to be quick with our earthquake spells before there's any builder huts nearby. We're going to use that one zap spell to take down what the spiky ball and the earthquakes cannot take down. So now the king, he has a gauntlet on him. Not a big deal. You can use whatever other equipment piece you want. Vamp stash is even fine, which is crazy to say, but yeah. So king has done his work. Let's go up here and let's see what we can do with our warden. So we're going to put him up there. He has the jelly on him, so he's only going to hit defenses. But so in order for him to hit the defenses we want him to hit, we're going to be taking out the nearby defenses using an invisibility spell so he hits the middle of that compartment, and then we can use our earthquake spells to take down whatever he damages there. Then the warden is his own man. He can go die if he wants. That's fine. We're going to get our queen going down here. Pop her with the arrow. Goes across the entire base. So really quickly, we're going to be using a skeleton spell to distract the single target inferno there. Using a wall break to get her in. Getting some cleanup down already. And now we're going to use our Holland Strikers around this top side because there's not a lot of damage there. They're just going to snipe out all the defenses. And this is where we use our log launcher. So as you can see at the 11 o'clock side of your screen, we are going to be using the log launcher just to take out that damaged town hall from that fireball. And that's partially why I wanted to use my warden up there instead of my king, because I can get more value with him there with the log launcher. Log launcher's done its job. We're just going to pop it real quick because it has super minions that are going to come out and help. And as you can see here, we can just start spamming everything. We have rage spells, we have RC still coming in, we can pop her ability, poison the CC even though it's like useless right now. and then we can just get all of our troops in before we time fill. And yeah, so as you can see, we did not need all of those troops or those spells there. I just got a little bit close on time, right? Like a little bit way too close on time right here. Are we even gonna get it? Okay, we barely got it, but as long as you're not yapping during your hits, you can get right into it and you'll be done way faster than this, because we did start around the 2-minute mark. But that's basically the idea of this attack strategy, so I don't want to waste your guys' time more. Let's go right into a war attack where we will be doing all this live, and I'll be talking you through how you can make sure all steps are going as to plan. Alright guys, so as you can see here, we are in a war, and this base has already been tripled, but so have all the other bases. So I just wanted to, I was a little late to the war actually, let's not ignore that fact. We have 31 minutes left, and it looks like we won already, so that's not a big deal. But I did want to break down this base because it is perfect for our topic today on these double invis tower compartment bases. And as you can see, these bases have probably like been over all of your Legend League attacks, because I know they have for me at least. So this is a good strategy to know if you do face these bases in war. I don't think it's the best if you use it in Legends League, because you won't always face them, you know, you'll always have that off chance of not facing it. But it's really handy to know what the spiky ball is actually useful for, and this is a perfect base to break that down for you on. So before we go into the attack, let's just think about it. So both of the invis tower compartments are pretty symmetrical, so it does not really matter which side you send your king into with the spiky ball or which side you send your fireball into with the warden. So on this base, I'm just going to be sending in one of my warden from this side, just because it's better looking for me, I guess. It's just more comfortable because I can easily funnel down here for my king. So what I'm going to do basically is I'm just going to use a few barbarians, super barbarians, to funnel these two buildings here, and then I'll also funnel this cannon here with our super barbarians as well. And my warden will not need many funneling, if any, because he'll have the jelly on him. But in this attack, I did want to highlight that the town hall is in the middle of the base, which was not the same case in our last attack. So when the town hall is in the middle of the base and you have these invis tower compartments around it, what you can actually do is pair up your warden with the eternal tome, which you can ultimately use as a protection for a blimp that you could send overhead of the warden. So what I mean by that is that we're basically going to be doing the fireball on this invis tower over here, but we're also going to be sending a blimp overhead with that warden ability so that it can safely go and take out the town hall. And it's just nothing crazy. We're going to be using a Yeti blimp, as you can see here. We'll use a rage spell for it, maybe a freeze if needed, but pretty much spell wise you'll always be looking at the 4 quakes and 1 zap spell, because you can't always take down the scatter shots or the ricochet cannons when you only use 2 quakes with the king and the spiky ball. So you need that 1 extra zap spell to help take down all of that. So that's why I like bringing it. And if any case, if you don't really need the zap spell, you can just use it on the enemy clan castle, whatever comes out, you know, if there's a headhunter or something. But yeah, that's the basic plan when I'm going into this base. Let's go see how it really works out now. So let's just go ahead into the attack. We're going to be using our Holland strikers around the base as we saw. So I'm going to yap a little bit less now. Let's actually do the attack before it gets really close like the last one. So when I say like you need to be quick, you don't need to be really that quick that you actually mess something up, because this attack is really fast, as I said. So I'm just going to start off by just funneling for my king, because that's like the hardest step to do for the spiky ball setup. So I think it's been funneled good enough. Now we can get our king in here, and we can actually just pop him right after the storage goes down, and there we go. And then we can use our 2 quakes and that 1 zap spell for that scatter shot, because it is not going to go down fully. So now let's actually get our warden down over here, and we're going to be using our blimp overhead like we said, pop the warden ability, use the 2 quake spells to take everything out. Now that blimp is going to soar easily towards the town hall, and we're just going to rage it. And yeah, so now I'm just going to use my queen on the 9 o'clock side, pop her with the arrow, because why else would you need anything else but the arrow? That is the best ability in the game, mark my words. So we're just going to use a mini warden with her, with the ice golem to tank. And as you can see down here, we can already start sniping off some buildings with our Holland strikers, which I'm going to start doing here. So Holland strikers working over here, and now we're going to use some of our headhunters for this whole hero farm here. Get our RC going up here, rage the queen because she has healers. It's like a queen charge. It's like a 3-in-1 attack, bro. This is crazy. So we can already start a cleanup all around the base, get some more Holland strikers down here to do their work as intended. And now we can freeze up over here because this is the only damage left on the base really. So I can actually just use a monolith. I have a skelly spell, so I completely forgot about that. Yeah, so it's pretty much done already. Like, these Holland strikers are going to clear everything here, and then my queen is still healthy up there on the 11 o'clock side, and I still have 4 super barbs just to send in for this builder hut. That's what I was planning them for, so that's going to work out nicely there. And yeah, it did get a little bit close, I'd say, closer than I would have anticipated, but I think I should have brought real troops because I don't think the Holland strikers really help that much, especially for how much troop space they are. But there you go, we are gonna get our ores as well. You know, I'm a pro farmer out here, but that is how you take down these double invis style bases. Let us know if you do want to see more content on how you can use the spiky ball, but this is definitely by far the best use case that I have seen to use the spiky ball, at least in wars. If you guys do want to see a video oriented more towards Legends League and how to take down these base styles, you can let me know down below in the comments. I was thinking about making a video on that, but only if you guys are interested because it is a very niche topic to talk about. But these bases are all over in the meta right now, so do let me know down below. And yes, thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.